Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we really get into the hidden layers of everyday English conversations.
Hmm.
Today, it's not just about the words, you know. We're looking at the social cues, the cultural bits, the practical stuff that's all packed into how we talk every day.
Yeah, it's like a shortcut, really.
Exactly. A shortcut to understanding what's really going on in daily life.
Right. And our source material for this deep dive, it's this great collection of real-world dialogues. They're actually designed to help you build stronger conversation habits.
Okay.
So our mission, basically, is to pull out those, key nuggets of knowledge from these common conversations,
Yeah.
the things that make you properly well-informed,
Not just about language itself, but
but about the whole social and practical fabric of how we interact.
yeah. Okay, let's jump in then. Starting right at the beginning. Greetings. You think they're simple, right? Hello. But these dialogues, they show this huge range from like super formal to really casual.
Yeah.
So you have one example. A new neighbor starts with a nice hello there, then straight to it's nice to meet you.
Standard enough.
But then immediately they're trying to connect, asking, you're new to the neighborhood and how long have you lived here? It's like this little information dance.
It is. And what's fascinating there, I think, is just how fast those first few words pivot.
Yeah.
You go from greetings to sharing personal stuff or even like making plans.
Right.
It really shows a core thing about conversational English. Building that rapport quickly,
Efficiently.
efficiently. Yeah. Take the introduce yourself dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Starts basic. Hi, my name is Amanda. What's your name? Simple. And boom. Where are you from? I'm from France and you. I'm from London.
Then even living situation. Is this your first visit to the U.S.? No, I have been living in the U.S. for about 4 years.
Wow, okay. So it escalates quickly. It really does. And then it's just a small step to age and work. Are you studying here or working? I'm a second student at the University of Law. So you're 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
How old are you? I'm 26. I'm a lawyer. It's like a rapid-fire way of, I guess, figuring people out.
That's a great point about building rapport. And okay, once you've connected, you often need to, well, find your way around, literally.
So, directions.
Which leads us to this surprisingly detailed art of asking for and giving directions. We heard a really polite one. Excuse me, sorry to trouble you, but could you tell me how to get to London Bridge?
Very British, maybe.
Maybe. And the instructions are so specific. Just follow this road until you come to the main road, turn left, and continue for about 100 meters. Then you will see London Bridge.
Well,
Step by step.
and the reply.
Oh, yeah, the classic, don't mention it. So understated.
Right. Then you get another one asking for Oxford Street. And again, really precise guidance.
Yeah.
You have to go straight about 200 m turn right when you see Apple Street, Oxford Street intersects with Apple Street. But what I liked there was the little human bit, where the person giving directions suddenly goes, hey, we meet again, and offers more help to this lost tourist.
Yeah, that was nice. It's not just information, it's community helping out.
Exactly. If you zoom out a bit, these first interactions, greetings, intros, directions, they're doing more than just swapping facts. They really highlight how important clear language is, especially for directions, obviously, but also that social side, helping others out. It sort of lays the groundwork for trust.
Yeah, sense of belonging, maybe.
So for you listening, what do these simple beginnings, these hellos and directions, really tell you about the unspoken rules, the social contracts in English conversation?
Yeah, that's a good question to think about. And it really sets us up for how these everyday talks keep unfolding. So moving on from those first steps, let's get into the practical stuff. Daily life, starting with shopping. Seems mundane, right? But the dialogues show these specific phrases that just make it work smoothly. Like, at the supermarket, the customer has to be clear. I am looking for a floor cleaner.
Direct.
And the assistant's reply is efficient. It's on aisle 7. Or, the slightly annoying but polite, looks like we're out of stock.
Often followed by a suggestion, right?
Yeah, like the lavender scents one they mention. And then, of course, you get the, do you have a loyalty card before the final? Your total bill is $33.
Standard checkout stuff.
Then you look at the clothing store dialogue. I'm looking for a new dress. That prompts the assistant to give options. We have 3 different colors with this style.
Narrowing it down.
Exactly. Right down to which size do you want? I want a size medium, please. And pointing out the changing rooms. It's all about efficiency.
It is, but it's more than just finding the thing, isn't it? It's like this little dance between what the customer needs and how the store delivers it quickly. That "can I help you?" isn't just polite. It's a way to speed things up, get right to the point. It's like an agreement to be efficient.
Totally. And speaking of daily life, conversations often drift towards, where we're from, what we do. The hometown dialogue was really lovely, I thought.
Here's what I feel.
It showed how much our origins kind of shape us. Instead of just saying the place my hometown is of Japan, the person paints this picture.
Right. Talking about what Japan is known for.
Yeah, traditional arts, tea ceremonies, calligraphy, flower arranging, really specific cultural stuff.
And that line about the cherry blossoms.
Oh, yeah, cherry blossoms bloom by the roadside. It's full of poetry.
Beautiful. And then that feeling of wanting to go back home after finishing studies.
It really highlights how our hometowns aren't just dots on a map. They're like anchors for who we are, filled with culture and memories.
Gives you a window into someone's background.
Absolutely. Adds a lot of depth.
So if where we're from shapes us, then what we do for a living, well, that defines a big chunk of our adult lives, right?
For sure. And the jobs and occupations dialogues really show how that comes up. You've got a casual chat on a bus leading to, may I ask, what do you do? And you get straightforward answers like teacher or secretary for a French company. Pretty standard.
Right. But then the contrast with the kids section was interesting.
Yeah. Their aspirations, often quite grand, aren't they? A chef who prepares lunches and dinners, a barber who cuts and styles customers' hair, a pilot flying airplanes every day to faraway places.
And doctors, police.
Doctors who help sick people get better, and police protecting the cities from crimes and bad people.
Right.
And that kid saying, wow, I want to be a policeman. It's that simple admiration.
It is. Shows how we perceive those roles early on.
So moving on from who we are and what we do, conversations naturally turn to, well, time and plans, the structure of our days.
Right. Time is huge.
The day and month dialogue was a good example. Just a casual chat about today is November 1st and next week, November 8th.
Pretty straightforward.
But what I liked was the slightly funny back and forth about remembering dates. Birthdays, was it November 8th through the 7th?
Happens all the time.
And anniversaries like December 30th. And that question, when was the first day we met? Followed by I honestly can't remember the exact date.
Huh. Yeah, shows we're often quite relaxed about personal dates.
Exactly. But then the contrast.
Oh, yeah. That flexibility with personal stuff, and then suddenly, bang.
Yeah.
The structure of work time.
Totally different.
It really shows how our communication style just adapts, doesn't it? Depending on what kind of time we're talking about.
Definitely. The what time is it dialogue nails this. It lays out this super rigid work schedule.
Like clockwork.
Meeting with the marketing team at 1:30 p.m., then 3 p.m. review scheduled post and provide feedback, and 5 p.m. meet Mr. John at Euphoria Restaurant for new product development. So precise.
Super structured. But even then.
There's still room for personal life. Tonight at 8 p.m. for your son's birthday.
Right. So it's about juggling those different demands, using that precise scheduling.
Okay, so once plans are made, or just as part of the day, food inevitably comes up.
Always.
Let's look at ordering food. It's like its own little conversational world.
It really is. A mini genre, like you said.
At a restaurant, the waiter starts with, are you ready to order, or do you need a few minutes? Setting the pace right away.
Gives you options.
Then you hear specific recommendations like smoked pork jowl with pickles, which sounds interesting.
Maybe. And very specific orders like paper roll with sea urchin. People know what they want.
Yeah. Then at the coffee shop, it's more standardized. A cup of coffee and a donut. Classic.
Or requests for size, small size coffee, medium size cappuccino, plus add-ons.
Right. A slice of apple pie with cream. Simple choices, clearly stated.
And food delivery really breaks down the whole transaction.
Totally. From giving the address 123 King Street and phone number 987-00110
to the specific order. 2 seafood pizzas, medium size, please. 2 bottles of Coca-Cola.
Then the cost, $35. And the crucial bit, delivery time, about 30 minutes.
It shows how language just guides that whole process smoothly from start to finish.
Okay, that leads us perfectly into the next big area, our actual eating habits. This part of the source material is, well, packed with juicy details about our food preferences.
It really is, and it's fascinating how much our personal taste and cultural background shapes what we choose to eat.
Definitely. Take the world cuisine section.
Yeah, the opinions are all over the place. Chinese food, someone finds it a bit greasy, but someone else thinks it's very diverse and tastes great.
And they name specific dishes, right? Sweet and sour pork, Chinese dumplings in one soup, Peking roasted duck.
Then Thai food.
Delicious, but it's a bit spicy for me. But they still mention pad thai and tom yum.
So they appreciate it, even if it's spicy.
Exactly. American food gets mixed reviews, too. Pretty okay, because it's generous, not spicy.
But also a critique.
Yeah.
A lot of fast food, which I'm not a fan of. Right. Countered immediately by praise for desserts. American desserts are so good. I love apple pie. Can't argue with apple pie.
Duh. True. And Korean food gets praised for being so flavorful.
Yeah, mentioning tteokbokki, which is spicy rice cakes, but quickly reassuring there are non-spicy dishes like japchae, the stir-fried noodles.
It just shows how much our identity, our personal story, is tied up in the food we like or dislike.
Totally. And what we drink is just as personal, isn't it? Often with these surprising health links people make.
Oh, yeah, the beverages discussion. You see that clear split between people who like sweet drinks and those who prefer unsweetened beverages.
And that person directly linking sugar to acne. Very specific reason.
Right. Then there's talk about soft drinks, juices, beer, coffee, with someone saying they only drink coffee once in a while because it keeps them up all night.
Relatable for many, I'm sure.
But the real focus was on green tea, wasn't it?
It was described as infused with jasmine flowers, which sounds lovely.
Helps you stay focused. The smell is just amazing.
And then this whole list of health benefits. It can detox your body and have healthier skin, increase fat burning and help you lose weight. Plus, it's very rich in antioxidants.
Quite the sales pitch for green tea.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How much are we actually thinking about health when we grab a drink or choose our food every day?
Yeah, the dialogues show people are aware of the trade-offs, at least sometimes.
And that awareness comes through loud and clear when we talk about fast food.
Oh, definitely. The ultimate guilty pleasure, maybe? The dialogues really explore the pros and cons.
You get mentions of specific chains. KFC gets praised for fries, chicken wings described as true finger-licking good, and even the salad is pretty good.
Okay, salad at KFC, noted.
Popeyes gets points for very flavorful fried chicken and okay fries. And Shake Shack, best burgers, good quality meat, and those milkshakes.
Ah, yes. Not too sweet, and it's so creamy. Sounds good.
But then the conversation pivots, right, to how often people eat it.
Yeah, that contrast. 3 to 4 times a week versus just once a month. Big difference.
And that highlights the core tension perfectly. Convenience, saving time.
Versus the health worries. It contains too much grease, carbs, sugar, and other harmful preservatives.
And the direct warning. Eating fast food frequently can lead to many health problems.
So people know.
They absolutely know. Which brings us back to that big question for modern life. How do you actually balance convenience with long-term health?
It's tough. These conversations show the awareness is there, even if the choices, well...
Even if the choices lean towards convenience sometimes.
Yeah. So let's wrap up the food part by looking at the broader meals and eating habits.
Okay.
We see different ways people structure their day. Some stick to the classic 3 meals a day,
Standard.
while others prefer to split into smaller meals so that I'd not eat too much for each meal and that I wouldn't feel too hungry or overeat later.
Which might mean 3 main meals and 2 snacks. A different rhythm.
Breakfast choices vary a lot, too. You've got healthy oatmeal with some fruit like bananas or apples.
Versus the more traditional, maybe sausages, ham, or bacon with toast.
And snacks, same deal. Healthy side. Yogurt and fruit. Or some nuts like almonds and cashews.
Or the comfort food side.
Yeah.
Potato chips or something sweet like cookies and ice cream.
Yep.
There's also a strong thumbs up for cooking at home.
Ah, yes. Praise, it's much healthier and it saves me lots of money by not eating out all the time. Practical benefits.
Very practical. And finally, pizza.
Can't forget pizza.
Someone calls it their favorite dish, favorite toppings.
Oh.
Ham, sausage, and mushroom.
Classic combo.
We hear about frequency restaurant once a month, but made at home once a week.
More often at home. Interesting.
And how easy it is. Just buy the pre-made pizza dough at the supermarket and put it on the toppings.
Makes it accessible. And it's popular simply because it's tasty and there are many different flavors to choose from. Simple as that.
Okay, moving away from food now, let's shift gears to how people get around. Transportation.
Right. Which is about more than just getting from A to B. It involves choices, rules, and sometimes, problems.
Yeah.
Definitely problems sometimes.
And what's really revealing here is how the dialogues break down that decision-making process and the real-world results.
Like the whole bus versus car debate just to go to the cinema.
Yeah, a simple trip, but a complex decision. The arguments for the bus are pretty strong.
They are. Not possible to travel by car during rush hour. It's cheaper. There's often a separate bus lane.
Plus, it's seen as convenient and comfortable because there are so many different routes, maybe less stressful.
And you can use the travel time for other things. Reading, taking a nap, listen to music. Big one. You do not need to look for a place to park our car.
Parking is always a hassle. The arguments for the car felt a bit weaker in comparison.
Yeah, basically.
Hmm.
The bus goes very slowly, and you can still listen to music while driving the car.
So it really boils down to that classic trade-off.
Hmm.
Time and maybe personal space versus cost, stress, and parking.
Exactly. But sometimes, no matter how you travel, things just go wrong.
The car collision scenario. That was intense.
It felt very real. You hear the immediate shock, collision on the back of your car.
Then the reasons start coming out. Someone wasn't paying attention, maybe fell asleep at the wheel, didn't have the braking time.
Even though they slammed on the brakes, but it was too late. It just happened too fast.
And the first thoughts are about injuries. My neck is killing me. Or just a scratch on my arm.
Then that critical moment.
Yeah.
What do you do next? Call the police or not?
Right. One person says, I don't call the police a scratch, all but forgotten. Just wants to move on.
But the other is like, I have to call the police. I'm still in shock. Look at my car.
Yeah.
Different reactions under pressure.
Totally. And the resolution comes down to that key thing. I have insurance that will cover everything.
The safety net.
Exactly. That dialogue really highlights, I think, two things. How people react differently in a crisis and the practical, sometimes legal steps you have to take.
Yeah.
Insurance is just critical there.
Absolutely. And even if you avoid an accident, you still need to know the rules, like in the slow down dialogue.
Yeah, that one was pretty clear-cut.
It highlights the danger of speeding 82 m an hour when the limit on the highway in California is just 65 to 70 meters per hour.
Big difference. And the consequences are spelled out.
Yeah.
You could be blown by the police or be photographed by a speed camera.
Plus that little anecdote. My friend Bucky was caught speeding last week. Makes it feel more real.
It really drives home the point that speed limits aren't optional. You need to obey them, even if the road looks empty. It's about safety, not just avoiding a ticket.
Right. Shared responsibility. Okay, on a much happier note, though, new cars.
Ah, the excitement.
The talk about the new car bit was fun. Someone bought a Cadillac, it's red,
Nice.
and they list all the features. Great gas mileage, auto gear with parking sensors, power windows, sunroof, wiper for the back mirror as well, ticking all the boxes.
Yeah, the favorite feature.
The sunroof. Gotta love a sunroof. Plus, they got a good deal because their cousin is a car salesman. Always helps to know someone.
Huh. It really shows how cars are more than just transport, don't they? They're about pride, features,
Yeah.
convenience, getting a good deal.
Yeah, it reflects lifestyle choices. But even with the fantastic new car, there's still parking.
The universal challenge.
The car parking ticket scenario, so relatable. Parking in the wrong place. Oops.
Then the officer asking for license and registration. That sinking feeling.
And the driver trying to talk their way out of it. Today is not Tuesday. I didn't see that. And the classic plea, can't you just give me a warning?
We've all been there, or imagined being there. But the officer is from, I already started writing the ticket. No wiggle room.
Nope. And the outcome is clear. You can either appear in court to pay the fine or mail it in. It's just how it works.
A clear consequence for breaking the rules, even a small one.
So wrapping all this up, what does it all mean? We've gone through seemingly simple everyday chats, but what we've actually found is this really complex, rich tapestry. It's woven with practical info, cultural hints, personal tastes, real-world problem solving.
It really is. And if you connect it to the bigger picture, getting good at these common conversations, it's not just about speaking English fluently.
Right. It's more than that.
It's about really understanding the complex social world and the practical stuff we navigate every single day. From just ordering a coffee smoothly to handling something serious like a car accident.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads to a final thought, or maybe a question for you, the listener.
Yeah.
As you go about your own day now, how many of these specific conversational patterns, these little nuggets of information we talked about, how many are you noticing in your own interactions?